let's do some patron reviews. And for anybody who is not familiar, the way that this works, if you want me to review something on Twitch, here's the way it works. You need to join the Patreon. I put a link in the chat. Join the Patreon, and if you're a member at the $10 and up level, then you will be able to see this post. Every month, I do a call for submissions. If you want me to review something, all you need to do is read the instructions here and post your stuff in the comments. I've done quite a few of these, but I think here's some more. Okay. We left off with Hyperboy, so the next one we have is from Billy. He says, I'm 35 and I used to play in a band called The Silent Game in high school and college. We're from New Orleans. I'm now married, I have 2 kids and a stressful job, and I don't play music much anymore. My goal is to rekindle the excitement of music with the guys I used to play with. The link above is a song we wrote about 10 or 15 years ago and recorded about 10 years ago. We did all the tracking ourselves. We never released any of these songs. I'm a recent fan of your channel, and I think you have great opinions about a lot of the music I love, so I'd value your opinion greatly. Okay. Well, let's listen to the song. He gave us a Dropbox link. Okay. Well, the first thing I would say is this sounds really good for something that you recorded yourself 10 years ago. This sounds really good so far. I mean, I'm only 5 seconds in. I can already tell this sounds very good for that era of recording. This reminds me of like Matchbook Romance or gosh, trying to think of another good, kind of the starting line, but any of those like 2004 kind of half emo, half pop punk, half post-hardcore kind of bands. I think this is solid. This is better than a lot of stuff I've heard on label. Yeah, Valencia, yeah. This is better, or Into It, what was it, Over It? I've heard, this is better than a lot of stuff I've heard on labels. Sounds good to me. Into It, Over It, that's right, yeah. You know, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I actually really like, there's a quality about this that I actually really like, that I think people are ready for it. Like the last 10 years or so of pop punk and emo and stuff has been very slick, and I would say kind of overproduced. Like everything is so edited and djenty and stuff. This has a little bit of that rawness of that mid 2000s kind of era, before drum editing and auto-tune and stuff kind of became what they are now, where it feels like it has that like human element. And I think people are ready for that. Like if you listen to bands like Static Dress, they kind of go back to that sort of era. And I think if you put this out now, I think people would appreciate this. Like these are solid performances. The drums actually sound like real drums. I would have somebody master it just to get it a little bit louder. But I wouldn't touch it. Like, this feels real. Like, don't remix it. Get some artwork done, have someone master it, and just upload this. This is good. I'm always impressed. I'm not just saying this because you guys are my patrons, but the stuff that my patrons send me is legitimately, like, very good for the most part. You guys send me good stuff. If these vocals are tuned, it's light tuning. It's not just like totally flatlined. If you know Melodyne or Auto-Tune, you know what I mean with like when they just totally flatten it. People are ready for this sound to come back. Those kind of lead guitars, the sort of, you know, post-hardcore lead guitars are cool. Exactly, there's millions of 35-year-olds like me dying for music like this. It's true. He didn't say the name of the project, I don't think. The Silent Game. Okay, that's the name of this. The Silent Game. Let's hear another song of theirs, because I like this. I think this is good stuff. Let's listen to another song by The Silent Game. I think you should put this out, man. I'm going to refresh just so we can see a waveform. There we go. Whoever recorded this did a great job. This reminds me of all the bands that we had on Flow back in 2005. Takes me right back to that era. I don't really have any feedback for this. I mean, honestly, I think this is just really good. You know, you said that your goal was to rekindle... What did you say exactly? To rekindle the excitement of music with the guys I used to play with. So, I would say, you know, put this out. People are going to like it. And then just work on stuff at your own pace. You know, don't worry about trying to, you know, make it... You know, you said you have a job, you guys are married and stuff. Just play music purely for fun and let it take how long it takes. If it takes you a year to record 2 songs, so what? That's fine. Just let it take as long as it takes. Don't pressure yourself. You know, don't put so much pressure on yourself that it's not fun. Just do what's fun. And if it's not fun, don't do it. That's my advice. Only do what's fun. Get together with the guys, ask your wives to, you know, give you a weekend off. And just get together with the guys, write some stuff. Do what's fun. You don't have to do, there's no pressure. If it's not fun, don't do it. And if you have jobs, you know, if you don't enjoy recording yourselves, that's okay. You can go to a studio and get a great recording for cheap these days because you have jobs, you're older now. Or if you do want to record it yourselves, then do it. Just do whatever's fun. That's my advice. And I definitely think people are ready for this sound. There's going to be some band that comes along and brings this sound back and blows up for it. The 2004 throwback sound is going to be big. I guarantee it. It's a little bit of Hawthorne Heights in here, maybe even. Whoops. Yeah, man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I don't have any feedback on it because I think you did a really, like, as far as this style goes, like, this is fucking great. Like, I don't have any feedback on it because it's honestly just really good. You know, you look in the chat, you see everyone agrees. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing. If your goal is to have fun, that's all you need to do. Just do what's fun. Nothing more, nothing less. That is my advice. Just hang out with your friends, enjoy it. Okay, next up we have from Midnight Bandit. I make electronic music that I hope to send to video game companies. I would also like to sell my songs to TV, radio, and other places like events and things. I'm not 100% sure how to promote my stuff, but I'm going to be working full-time to gain the money needed for such things. I'm still in the dark, though. I want to get a following of 5,000 by the end of the year on SoundCloud. I'm on disability right now, so the money has been tight, but I hope to put what I get from work into my music plan. I'd also like to find a way of getting my music out there into those in the media business, whether it's TV or what have you. My question is if my music is up to snuff as far as for games and other media. I've been working on this for 10 years now, and I have no prior music knowledge other than just listening and consuming. It helps with my schizoaffective disorder. Any input would be cherished. The link is to Oh Look, a Damn Cat Monster from my album Preemptive Strikes to the Heart on YouTube. Okay, let's check it out. I can imagine this being in a game so far. It's definitely atmospheric. Like, this feels like it could be in Persona to me. Or Cyberpunk 2077. I'm imagining myself like walking around on a street, you know, in sort of a modern, reboot of Vector Man. I'm imagining my character walking around on the street of like some sort of a modern city, you know, doing a side quest right now to like hunt someone down. I feel like I'm building my character now in N64, or Watch Dogs, exactly. So, you know, as far as your question of like, is this up to snuff? I would say so. You know, because remember, the music that people use for games and stuff is very different from music that people consume just to listen to on its own. So music like this that is kind of background music, that's a good thing in the context of a game, right? You don't necessarily want it to be the focus of your attention. Yeah, someone in the chat said the song is good, needs better cover art. I agree with that, but again, the cover art and stuff, that doesn't really matter for your scenario here, where you just want to license it for games and other kind of projects. You don't need to worry about promotion and stuff like that, really. What you need to do is just get your work in front of the people who license music like this. So what I would do is find a list of game developers. I'll say games, but you know, it could be anyone, but I'll say game developers because there's a big indie game scene. What I would do is make a list of indie game developers that you think might like your stuff. And I'm saying like 200 people, something like that. Just make a spreadsheet of it with their name, their email address, like what games they make, you know, the last time you contacted them. Spend an hour or two a day just reaching out to all of those people on that list to just say, hey, you know, basically say the same thing that you did to me. Just like, hey, you know, I'm Midnight Bandit, you know, this is my music. I really like your game. Send them a personalized message. I really like your game called blah, blah, blah. You know, I saw it on Kotaku or wherever you found out about it, or I was just browsing Steam and I found your game. Send them a personalized message. Just say, hey, if you'd ever, I want to license my music for games. If you are interested, let me know, and I'm sure we can work out something that would fit your budget. Just do that. Make a list of, you know, 200 people, and if you spend an hour or two a day going down that list, and just reaching out to people, eventually someone's going to say yes. And then once one person says yes, now you can say that your music has been used in games like blah, blah, blah. And that's going to make it easier for you to get more opportunities. And if people really love the song, like if you remember how people freaked out about Hotline Miami, about the music in that, like what that did for it was Perturbator that did the music in Hotline Miami, right? Hopefully people really love the music in the game, and you know, make it as part of the deal. Tell them that you want your name listed in the credits somewhere so they know who did the music. Give them the music for cheap, and make sure that they prominently feature your name in the credits. And then hopefully people love it and they reach out to you and say, hey, I loved your music in this or that game. Can I license another song for my game? And then you get word of mouth going. And just do that, and this will work, because I definitely think the music is good. I mean, developers always need music. And if you just reach out, and they don't know how to contact musicians, they don't know about this. So most of them don't anyway. So I think if you do that, just make that list, spend an hour or two every day working that list. I absolutely guarantee you that, give it enough time, and you might have to reach out to 100 people. It might be less, but it might be 100 people, you know, if it's 1% of people, but eventually someone's going to say yes. And as soon as they do, now you have your first yes. And once you get the first yes, it's way easier to get other people to say yes. So I totally think your music is good enough. All you need to do is just get it in front of the right people, and eventually someone's going to say yes, and you're going to be off to the races. So nice work. I hope that helps, and thank you for the support.